having a great day and are doing well. This video is a gotta try it, pass it by on a very popular palette to hit YouTube, and this one is called Jaclyn Hill's Favorites. Jaclyn Hill is an extremely popular YouTuber and super talented makeup artist. She collaborated with Morphe eyeshadows and put together 28 of her favorite eyeshadows in one palette. This palette retailed for $27.99. It is currently out of stock, but you definitely are going to want to follow Morphe Brushes and Jaclyn Hill for updates on when this palette's going to get back in stock. Here's how the box looks. It's pretty basic. I like it because it's black, it's white, it's nice, it's sleek, and you flip it over and here is a picture of Jaclyn. I think the picture is absolutely gorgeous, and she has a little note on the back. It says, I collaborated with Morphe to bring you a palette of my favorite colors from their collection. These shadows are so pigmented, and the best part is they're affordable. So many of you requested a palette with my top Morphe shadows, so here it is. I hope you enjoy and tag me in makeup looks you create. Love you guys, XO Jaclyn. So I think that was pretty cool that they put a note from her on the back of the packaging. Here's how the palette looks. It just says Morphe Brushes, and then if you flip it over, there's like a little J8 in the corner that lets you know that this is the Jaclyn Hill palette. So it's very plain and simple, but I'm sure they probably did that just to be able to keep costs down on this palette, which I personally appreciate. It also came bubble wrap, so I really appreciate how Morphe really made sure to take their time to make sure that this was properly packaged. I received my palette and nothing was damaged, so I was happy to see that because I was a little nervous about it getting damaged in shipping, but I didn't have any problems with that. Open up the palette, you'll notice that there isn't a mirror up top, but you are getting, let me turn this around for you, 28 full-size eyeshadows. Now, something I personally like is that these shadows aren't limited edition, so if, let's say there's one shade that you just absolutely love, you'll be able to pick that up again if you wanted to, but these shadows would cost you $2 a piece. The palette is only $27.99, plus Jaclyn Hill has a code, JACATTACK, and I will leave that down below, where you can take an additional 10% off. So the palette is already at a discounted price because it would cost you twice the amount just for the shadows. You're not paying for the case to house them because shadows need a home. And then you can take 10% off using her discount code. So I think that that's a really great deal. Here are swatches of all 28 colors that come in this palette. Is that this palette tends to lean more towards the warm tones. There are a few colors like this brown right here and this brown right here that lean cool, but for the most part it is a warm palette. None of the eyeshadows have glitter. There's more of a satin finish to these shadows, or matte, which I really like because glitter shadows aren't really necessarily my favorite. They can be hard to work with, but I found that all these shadows swatch pretty nicely. The only one that kind of gave me a little trouble is this one, and it's not really kind of coming out true to color on camera. This one was a little powdery, but other than that, I think everything else swatched beautifully. It's the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette by Morphe Brushes, a gotta try or pass it by. Gotta say that this palette is a got to try. I've purchased a lot of palettes that had less amount of shades, that weren't full size, and paid twice as much for it. I really do like the shade selection in this palette. I think they're beautiful. All I had trouble with was this one shadow here, but everything else swatched really nicely, and it's such a great deal. These are full-size shadows that would cost you twice as much, and like I said, you would have to find a Z palette or some type of palette to place them in, and you're not even paying for that, plus the 10% off. It's a really great deal. I think that you will enjoy using this palette and gain inspiration for just playing with these different tones, and they just are really gorgeous shades, and I think you're going to want to have this in your collection. I'm going to do a couple of live swatches because I want to share with you some of my favorite colors, like this orangey one. Look at that, gorgeous. And then of course we got to swatch that fuchsia one. I mean, look at how beautiful those colors are. This one is one of my favorites too. Oh, just so pretty. And then this one, oh yeah. So those are a couple of live swatches of the shades. You're absolutely going to love this palette. It's gorgeous and it's well done, and I feel like you can tell that there was a lot of work put into this. Completes this gotta try or pass it by on the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you own it? Are you planning on getting it when it comes back in stock? Leave your feedback all down below. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, you know what to do. Big old thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Rocky_loves_MKP. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch, and I will see you in a video real soon. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye guys.